Some people go through terrifying experiences. Torture, horrendous cruelty, suffering. Years of imprisonment, even solitary confinement. And I've heard some of them say, I would not wish that on anybody. I wouldn't ever want to go through that again myself. But terrible as it was, I discovered strengths I did not know I had. I'm a stronger person than I was before. I've heard people say, I've suffered many losses. I wish these experiences had not occurred. But life did not take account of my feelings. And I've had not one, not two, but 5 losses. I could have become a hopeless, helpless mess. But I found strength to go on. I'm a stronger person. I'm finding a new reason to be alive. A new being. And what about this story? The American Army is investing heavily in helping young soldiers cope with their vast injuries that they've suffered in modern warfare. You've probably seen some of the pictures of those young men and women grossly damaged by bombs and grenades and all the rest. I suppose the gruesome sword battles that my forebears endured at Culloden in Scotland probably suffered as many injuries and were probably irreparable. But in our time, prosthetic devices give many a new lease on life. These prosthetic limbs that have now been created are so powerful that runners who use them are being disqualified from competition because the prosthetic device gives them a distinct advantage over those who are, like the rest of us, running the ordinary race. The same army is investing billions of dollars in research into traumatic brain injury. The aim is to construct brain prosthetics for people with combat-related brain damage. Through all of this, through all of these issues, there is a theme of recovering strengths, strength to live even after horrendous injury. So this issue that we're looking at today is so terribly important, I think, because we all run into events at some stage and we say, will I have the strength to cope with that? And sometimes our strengths fail. From the smallest crisis through to the largest catastrophe, any one of us can drop our bundle. Several factors, of course, may be gathered round in that issue. But like wolves in the forest, when we stumble, they all seem to come in upon us, and we're likely to fall in a heap. The great net of unfairness and despondency can drop its heavy weight upon us, and a sense of futility and failure is never far away. Any number of studies have now shown that the kind of state, this kind of state, easily becomes a breeding ground for other problems, particularly health problems, because as we get into these difficulties, our immune system is likely to drop or to weaken. We see people surviving their surgery, their disease, or the surgery that didn't kill them. But when then they come out of that and colloquially say, oh, I could have dropped my bundle. Other people, we say, he's dropped his bundle. He just is not picking up. So that becomes so very important. We get the externals of the surgery in place. All the hospital gear is around, but the inner spirit is not responding. He's just dropped his bundle. How do we get him going again? Because you see, he can die from the fact that he's dropped his bundle. A secondary problem. Some of us pull through and are stronger for it. Others fall in a heap. They are so traumatized that they remain in various states of dysfunction, sometimes for the rest of their lives. All the dis words suddenly gather around us. They become discontented, disconnected, dysfunctional, disabled, discordant. You might ask, all right, what then has this got to do with the faith? What has this got to do with religion? What's this got to do with our place here in the pew on Sunday morning? As you come into church on Sunday mornings, we come carrying our situations and our stresses that call for strength. Sometimes we take it in our stride. Our strengths are not being tested in any way. But sometimes our strengths are under stress. And in all streams of life, we could easily go under, or we can come through stronger. So we ask the question of faith. Is there a faith energy that restores and strengthens us? Can we get behind all the theologizing and all the words and all the gobbledygook of religious talk and ask the question, is there a faith energy that enlarges our personality after times of shock and shrinkage?